Hey everybody, Chris Florence, black-footed ferret keeper here for Louisville Zoo. Just got back from Colorado. We just went out on our black-footed ferret release. So our whole year builds up into this moment. We raise up all our little babies, get them ready, make them big and strong, and then we send them out west. They go through preconditioning, and then when they're ready, we get to release them in the wild, which is what we just did. We released about 24 ferrets all over the state of Colorado. So the Louisville Zoo's black-footed ferret program started in 1991, and since 1991, we have produced 1,270 kits, and we've released 820 of those kits out into the wild. So we released them out west. Conditions for that are we have to have good habitat, which means you got to have lots of prairie dogs. 90% of their diet is prairie dogs, so you want to have plenty of food for these guys to eat. They're fossorial, which is a big fancy word for just means they live underground. So no matter what the temperature is on the surface, whether there's snow, ice, cold, they're underground. So it's always a constant temperature in those burrows. It's like living in a cave. It's usually between 50 to 65 degrees, so it's very constant. So if you see the weather outside changing, don't worry about them. We released them in the snow. They ran right down the prairie dog burrows. We released them right at the entrance of the burrow. Very rarely do they come out. My friend Foglet decided to come out and take a walk about and run around, but most of them will stay down in the burrows because that's where the food is. So our release sites are all managed by different partners all throughout the Midwest. They're also based on prairie dog habitat. So where we have good prairie dog colonies, chances are you're going to have a black-footed ferret site. So we like to release them there. It gives us a better chance to monitor them, and also we know they have a good food source. So they go out in August, we'll send them out to Colorado for preconditioning. All that means is they get to spend time in outdoor pens actually hunting prairie dogs. So they have to prove that they can actually hunt prairie dogs to survive in the wild. We don't want to turn one loose that are bad hunters or just aren't too sure of themselves or something else going on. Once they prove that they can actually hunt prairie dogs successfully, then we take an allocation from the different site surveys. So the sites will tell us, hey, we can take 10 ferrets, 20 ferrets, however many they think that their land can sustain, and then we start sending out different allotments of ferrets to them. Then we kind of roll into fall, and we still have ferret babies at that time, so that's our second batch for release. Once we do that fall release, we actually swap genetics between the breeding facilities, and we send out release candidates again. And then we release them all the way into the beginning of the year. So when we do our transfers in October, not only is it we're sending animals out for release, we're also doing genetic swaps. So between the 6 facilities that breed black-footed ferrets, we rotate animals around to try to provide the best genetics for breeding. We want to make sure we produce lots of babies that are not very identical to each other genetically. But that way we keep viable young females ready to breed, because once they reach a certain age, their reproductive success tends to go down. So we want to make sure we keep nice, young, healthy animals here. They're going to produce lots of kits for us. All right, all you black-footed ferret folks, keep tuned in. Stay up to date on what's going on with the black-footed ferrets here at the Louisville Zoo. Breeding season is right around the corner, so we're going to have lots of cute babies and all kinds of new fun stuff for you guys, pictures, videos. So stay tuned, keep watching, and keep supporting the black-footed ferrets in Louisville Zoo.